Oh, made it. I made it. I was like, where's my, because I use my phone as my remote, and I'm like, I don't have my remote. So how am I gonna do this? So I just ran my intro again, and now I'm kind of out of breath. But welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad to be here. This is gonna be a really good hips opening class sequence here. So if we're all here and we want to get our hips started and start going and stretching, let's go ahead and get centered. Coming to our mats, taking a nice easy seat, something really comfortable for you. Maybe you have a blanket under the hips, or maybe you just sit flat on the mat. I'm gonna get centered here. So speaking of centered, there we go. Yeah, looks good. Let's start to close the eyes. Coming into easy seated pose. Just kind of let all the everything from the day just kind of start to melt away or move outside of this space that we have here. And begin to soften the jaw and take in a deep inhale in through the nose. And then exhale slower. Inhale in with a little bit more gusto, and exhale slower. Feel free, you can even use your hands here like I am if you want to. Inhale in, and exhale even slower. Inhale in. I told you to close your eyes, so maybe you might want to flutter your eyes open if you want to do what I'm doing with my hands. All right. Now we're going to take the left hand kind of in between the heart and the belly button. This is just unique for today, because today's kind of been one of those weird days where we need some clearing out, just. So we're gonna actually pump the breath as we pump our hand. The other hand, so I said left hand, so this is my left hand, so we look opposites. And then the right hand, you can take it either in a mudra of your choice. So this mudra right here with the index finger and thumb, or maybe the ring finger and the thumb, and whatever you want. Or you can do both middle and ring finger together. This is a very cleansing, so this might be the one to do here. Cleansing. Placing the thumb on top of the fingernails there. Really good one. Hey Fishy, welcome. We're just starting off, and we're gonna do like a cleansing, clearing type breath before we start our practice to help us kind of get everything out that's been like going on today, and kind of clear the space for us so we can set our intention for our practice. So here we go. Taking a breath in, and as we exhale, pump the hand down, inhale back up. I should have blown my nose before this. You don't have to go super fast. You can go slow. Notice the belly's kind of pumping there. Maybe do it to the beat of the music. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. I'm gonna take a deep inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Interlace fingers, pointer fingers. We're gonna reach over one side as we haw out the breath with that Darth Vader breath. Deep inhale. Come back up to standing, not standing. Up straight, exhale. Other side. Autopilot here. Can't go on autopilot. We have to be present. Coming back to midline. Send the hands back down, shake that out. So we're gonna start to cat-cow the spine, seated. So if I go to the side, and the music's going away now. I was vibing off of that music there. All right, we'll keep on going. Maybe starting to take it a little bit slower. Inhaling, opening the heart up to the sky, letting your collarbones sink away from the ears, taking one gaze to one side. Deep inhale, and then exhale to the other side. Opening, letting the hands float down to the floor. And as you do this, just feel the muscles of the arms stretching. And taking it back to front. We're gonna send our left hand down. We're gonna reach over with the right. Inhale down, and exhale, reach over with the left. Inhale down, and exhale over to the right, to the left, sorry. Exhale over. Maybe you take this with the music, or if that's too fast or slow, you can go at your own pace. A little bit of a somatic type yoga. And bring it down. Bring hands to heart center. Good job. Good job. Start to circle it. Circle the belly button. And maybe you want to take this a little bit slower. We circle the other way. How about that? I need my music back. It's chill music. I'm using the vibes of the vibe to get into our yoga here. So we're just circling one direction and then the other. Yeah. And bringing back to center, let's cross our legs the other way. So whatever leg was on bottom, we're gonna bring it on top. We're gonna take cat-cowing the spine once again. You can take it to this beat or slower, just listen to your body. I'm gonna take it slow this time. Hey, welcome, Pilates. We're just warming up the body, doing yoga for hips tonight. And we're gonna start to circle here. And instead of circling just at the belly button, see if you can get the circling down. So we're moving down toward the hips now. And we're gonna begin to circle the other way. All right, very awesome. Good. Centering here. And we're gonna take it to hands and knees. So come on over. You can have a blanket underneath your knees if you like here. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're gonna inhale down, the belly goes down, and exhale round. Inhale, dip the belly. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone. Cat cowing the spine here in our tabletop. Good job. Begin to take it from side to side. Opening the ribs from one side to the other. I don't know if I go to the side, if you can see any better. And then we're gonna take it in a big circle. So let me explain here. Go back to the front. You're gonna pretend that you have a light at your belly button and you're drawing a circle like this way, okay? And then we're gonna take it in the opposite direction. So we're drawing a circle like this in midair with our belly button. Ready? 3, 2, and 1, and inhale as we come down. We exhale as we round the spine. And the other way. Tucking the toes, come to midline. Deep inhale as we exhale. We're gonna send the hips to the sky. Walk the dog, pedal the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. Fingers are spread nice and wide here. Gripping the mat, even with the fingertips. Coming to midline, softening the pedaling of the feet. We're gonna walk the hands out just a bit and come to high plank. Knees are welcome here if you like. Totally up to you. Good. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna exhale, drawing that right knee up to right shoulder. Inhale back, and then opposite side. It doesn't have to touch. Good job. If you're here on knees, it can just be as simple as this. Starting to get motion in the hips here and warm them up. You're even welcome, if your hands or wrists are getting tired, you're welcome to come up to fists. Maybe you take it double time, or maybe you just chill with the single time. 3, 2, 1, and stop and down. Lower the knees if they're up, lower the fists down, point those toes. Deep inhale and send the hips back. Nice job, everyone. You're doing so amazing. Really stretch the spine, walk the hands out away from the body. Feel the stretch all the way down the spine. Feel as if the spine is lifting out from the pelvis, just gently being stretched away. You can place your head on the mat. Deep breath. And if you're ready, you can press back up to tabletop, placing the left hand underneath the left shoulder, extending the right leg out. So we're going to come into modified side plank here. Just warming up the body even more. Very nice. Deep breath. You can send your fingertips up to the sky. I'm going to take it wide so you can see the fingertips. And if you'd like to engage in that mudra, where you place the index finger and ring finger, kind of bend them down, and the thumb goes on top. This is a detoxing type hand posture in yoga. You can stay here if you like, or you can let that extended leg lift and touch down. Yeah. Three, two, and one, and bring that on down. Sweep that hand down. Come back onto your knees. Inhale that right arm forward. Reach back with your left leg, and then draw them together. Inhaling, arms out. Exhale together. Good job. Try to keep your hips parallel to the floor here. And then bring hand and knee down. We're gonna take it to the other side. So we're gonna take our side plank over, placing our right palm on the floor underneath right shoulder. That right knee is directly behind the right palm. We're gonna extend the left leg out and inhale the left arm up. Good job. Engage your mudra if you would like. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be any hand posture you feel is right for you today. This might be a nice balance challenge for you, and if you're ready, you can take that leg up and touch down. Breathing. It's definitely a balance challenge here. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bringing hand down, knee down, sweeping that left arm forward, right leg back. On your next exhale, we'll draw the elbow and knee toward each other. Inhale back out. Arm and leg parallel. Very good. Just double check with your palm, making sure it's underneath your right shoulder and left knee is underneath left hip. Three, 2, and 1. And down. Sink the hips back. Take the knees wide. Point the toes, big toes are slightly touching here. Walk those hands out. Deep inhale here, exhaling. Remembering your intention. In Sanskrit, intention is sankalpa. Bring those palms underneath the shoulders. We're going to keep the knees separated here. And then maybe bring those feet apart, and then maybe just see what it feels like here to bring the elbows down. So knees are just about as wide as the mat. Practicing frog pose. So you're welcome to stay here just like this, or you can take your knees out even wider, only as wide as you are comfortable going. Modification for this would be one leg straight and one leg bent, like so. That might be a little bit more approachable for you. Or me. Switching it to the other side if you have chosen this modified one leg frog. We're going to extend both legs long. Bring elbows underneath your shoulders. pressing your pubic bone into the mat or the floor, lifting up out of the heart and forward here. So pointing those toes, shift around the bells there. Press your elbows into the mat. Imagine you're going to slide yourself forward. Shoulders melt away from the ears. If this is too hard on your low back, you're welcome to come lower. You're welcome to take the toes out wider. That may feel more comfortable, or you can come all the way down. And imagine you're pulling yourself forward here. So lots of modifications here. Imagine your spine, we're just being gently drawn away, up and out, lifting out of the pelvis. This is called Sphinx Pose. We're gonna tuck the toes under. Bring palms underneath the shoulders. And exhale when you're ready, pressing yourself up into downward facing dog. So your down dog can be here with knees bent. You can pedal the feet. All this dancing is good. Makes for a groovy yoga practice. A sloga, floga yoga. Yeah. I'm going to bend deeply into one knee here. Maybe your opposite heel can come down to the floor. And then we're going to press the other knee down. So just switch. Deeply bending this other leg. Very good. One more time, switching. Send those hips up to the sky. Your heel doesn't have to come to the floor. It's not required modification. It's better to have that lengthening from the hips down to the wrists. And feel a stretch in the shoulder blades here. And if you haven't switched already, go ahead and switch one more time. So you get 2 times on each side. And then release down. Good. We're gonna step forward with our left foot, stepping up between the hands in this high runner's lunge here. Bringing that back knee down, pointing those back toes. We're gonna walk those left toes out to the edge of the mat. And then we're gonna come up to wide, here we go. So nice tall spine. Send hands down by your side, inhale the arms up. And then we're gonna exhale our left hand reaching toward that right hamstring and then up. Feel the stretch in that right front hip flexor. You're doing awesome, you're doing great. Maybe the gaze is kind of up toward the ceiling, maybe it's straight ahead. Do whatever is right for your neck, whatever is right for your body. On your next exhale, bring your hands back to parallel and hands to heart center. We're gonna add a little bit more twist here, but go ahead and walk those toes back to center, to your midline, just to the natural hip distance in, so that left leg isn't out to the edge of the mat anymore. It's kind of this normal spot. Taking the heart forward and then over toward the left as we send our right elbow toward our left knee, and we get into this left hip flexor. How's that? Breathe. Remember, if it feels too much, just ease out of it just a bit, or maybe take a completely different pose that you would prefer. It's all good. It's all about you. And when you're ready, we're gonna bring the hands back to heart center, lifting the chest and taking it to the other side. So planting the hands down around that front foot. Oh, even this feels good. Oh, even the transition is amazing. Good. Draw that left knee back. I'm gonna switch to the other side, but you can stay where you're at, just so I can be facing you here. All right, tucking those toes under. We're gonna step back into downward facing dog. Shift the hips once more from side to side. Really get into those hips, yeah. Oh, amazing. And then on your next exhale, we're going to shift the shoulders forward and step up with that right foot between the hands. Yeah. Hip day. Little Miss Bass. Little Miss Bass, welcome. Little Miss Bass, how are you? Hopefully this feels nice for you today. Yes, hip day. I'm gonna bring that left knee down. Point those left toes. Ooh. And begin to walk those hands up. Bringing hands up overhead, inhaling, palms touch. And exhale your right hand down toward that left hamstring and then reach up with the left hands. And maybe engage in that mudra again, the two fingers touching for extra detox. Getting rid of stuff. Feel an opening in the heart. So letting your right shoulder drop away from the ear here. Feeling a lengthening even in the left side of the ribs as you reach your left arm up and in your left hip. Feeling a stretch into that front hip. Now you can even come out if it's too much. You can have the hip more over the knee. Just listen to your hips, listen to your body. And on your next exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're gonna make sure that our foot is just about under that right knee. I'm going to take the hands out to the right and then maybe hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Good. And breathe. You can even be here with the elbow coming toward that direction. You don't have to be leaned over. Lots of options here for you. When you're ready to come out, we'll exhale the torso forward. Bring hands down, inhale the arms up. Exhale, sweep the hands down around that front leg. And we're gonna tuck those back toes and straighten the right leg. Here, keeping your awareness on your hips, trying to keep them even with the floor. So maybe that means you take that right foot out even more. Listening to the body. Maybe it means you have blocks here. And then we'll walk those blocks back. Ooh. Raising the right toes toward the sky. Breathing, lifting up out of the heart, up and forward. Exhale, walk the blocks forward around that right foot. Not just collapsing into the hips here. We don't want it just to be too collapsed. We want to be up and lifted. As you exhale, draw up the pelvic floor, fill the lower belly, engage. And then we'll walk those right toes out toward the edge of the mat. Good. And then sink down just a bit. Maybe you take the hands down to the floor. Maybe you bring elbows down to the floor. You listen to your body. You do what's right for you. So here we are. Maybe here. Yeah. Kind of disappearing. And if elbows aren't happy, if the hips aren't happy with the elbows being that low, no worries. Just come up a little higher. Maybe lift the hips up out of this just a bit. You can have the back toes pointed or tucked under. You can have a blanket under your left knee. If you are lowered down on your elbows, go ahead and come up and then begin to walk the hands back as you straighten that right leg and lift those right toes up. Very good. Very, very nice. Maybe it feels good to kind of humbly bow here, or maybe not. Maybe it feels better to just stay up and lifted here. Maybe take a gentle pulse here, breathing nice and deep. Not pulsing the muscles. We don't ever pulse the muscles. We just kind of move the breath. Maybe stretch one side of the rib cage and then the other. And then walk those hands forward, placing the sole of the right foot back on the floor, and then just noticing here if your hip is a little bit more open than it was before. No forcing. Being nice and gentle with the body. And then we'll begin to walk that right foot over toward the left side of the mat. And you got this. Bringing the right knee down to the floor as we move into our pigeon pose. So adjusting your left knee wherever you need that to be. Using the vibes of the music to vibe here. You're welcome to keep your toes tucked under in pigeon or pointed. Tucked under might feel a little bit more safe for your knees. If you want, you can bring your elbows down to the floor. Adjust your right heel to wherever you need. So if it's feeling like, too much, I sit like this or hero one in my studio. Here you go. Love hero's pose. So you sit like this in pigeon and do your art. That's so cool. Breathing, inhaling, it's all about the breath. Maybe the head comes down to the hands. Breathing in, inhaling, and exhaling. At the bottom of the breath, you want to exhale out just a little more. This is one of those poses that it's common for you to have an emotional release. So if you feel just a swell of emotions, it's all right. It's normal. No, it's completely normal. Coming up onto the hands, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking the back toes under, sliding the front foot back, meeting in plank. Oh my goodness. Bringing those knees down. We're gonna sink the hips back toward the heels. Oh, just notice a difference between one hip and the other. That's so awesome. It reminds me, it's just confirmation even more that these yoga poses have, focus our energy in certain ways. It's just so amazing. All right, we're gonna take and do that on the other side. So note, you can take your head down if you didn't already in full child's, and just notice the difference between one hip and the other. Maybe you massage them, so like play nice, like, hello, thank you so much for stretching. Let's go to the next one. Inhaling here, press up into tabletop, tucking the toes under. Deep inhale, and then we'll exhale the hips to the sky. Walk the dog, pedal the feet. I think this could very easily be called cat pose because cats stretch like this too. Just maybe much more deeply with their hearts down on the floor. All right, we're gonna inhale that left leg up to the sky and exhale, shift the shoulders over the wrists and then place that left foot in between the hands. Yay. Very good. Bring that right knee down. Maybe point the right toes, maybe grab some blocks if you would like. So we're gonna start to stretch here, just like we did on the other side. Bring our hips backward. Good. Straighten that left leg. Oh man, that soup that I had earlier today. Oh. It might have been the crackers that I had with it. You know, after you eat something and you feel like, I don't know. We're gonna walk our blocks forward. Taking our awareness back to our breath and our hips, connecting that, making that hip to breath connection as we inhale, expanding so that you feel the stretch even in the hips. If you'd like, you can walk the left foot out toward the left, maybe bringing the hands down without the blocks. Up to you, Pilates mama. Oh, so maybe coming down to the elbows here, maybe. Notice if you have any type of discomfort in your knees or your hips. You want to come out of this just a bit until it feels more like middle path type stretch. Not too hard, not too easy. I'm beginning to shift the hips back once more. Lifting those left toes up to the sky. You can take your blocks with you here if you like. You're doing awesome. Remembering that the back toes can be tucked if you want or pointed, completely up to you. And walk the blocks forward, bending into that left knee. And taking the left hand on the outside of the left foot, walking that left foot over toward the right as we meet in pigeon on the other side. Using your right foot as leverage so that you can place your hips wherever is best for you. If this is too, I just realized my keyboard was in the way. There we go. That's awesome. So staying here if you like, or you can bring your elbows down to the floor. If this heel or the right foot, not the right foot, the left foot is too far up, you can bring that heel back toward that right hip. If it feels more comfortable for you, you're welcome to point those right toes. Just listen to your left knee and do what it says. It's like, too much, too much, too much. Okay, that's just right, that's good. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember taking a breath in nice and deep, and then as you exhale, take it slow. Almost poked myself in the eye. Take it slow on the exhale. Much slower. Good. Another faster inhale. Exhale, taking it out slow. And the breath can go out the mouth if you want, or can go out the nose, whatever you like. And come out in that HA sound. Beginning to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to slide that left foot back. Good. Awesome job. Taking the knees nice and wide. Once again, meeting in child's pose. Just checking in with the body, seeing how it feels from side to side, the hips. Notice any difference here. Deep breath in. And exhale. Sigh that out. Walk the hands out forward. Stretch the spine away from the hips, and then walk the hands over to the right. Good job. And then walk the hands to midline and over to the left. Yeah. Let's go here on our side. Yeah. And walk the hands back to center. Very, very nice. So time to practice our splits pose. You can do recline splits if you prefer here, okay? Oh man, do I have this in me today? I need my bolster. I'm gonna grab a bolster for sure, I think. Okay. Maybe getting better at this. Maybe not. I'm gonna grab a, oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. Okay, I'm gonna grab my green bolster today. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you're welcome to do recline splits here, or you can even do just half splits. Let's go to our, here. Oh, very good. Who's crying? Miss Base, no crying. Modification would be, let me show. Modification could just easily be here with a block or bolster under the hip. Here you are. This is a perfectly fine modification for that. Maybe someday for me. And when you're ready, we're gonna come out of this and switching it to the other side. Even reclined is fine. It's really, really perfectly fine. I so wanna share with y'all who I'm gonna be studying with. Oh, she's amazing, amazing. Oh, so excited. So here we're gonna lift the heart up to the sky, arms go down. And breathing, you take your modification, whatever that is that's right for you. It's good, it's all good. Oh. Very intense stretch for me for sure here. Whenever you're ready, we'll come out of this. All right. All right. We're gonna do something a little bit fun here. Ah, my head's on the screen. Okay, so here we are on our knees, sinking hips back. You're welcome to have blocks underneath the sits bones here, or a bolster, whatever you need. This is seated hero's pose here. Hey there, Benjamin, hey. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one hand back, so we can do it with our right hand here. Take the right hand back, and you're gonna lift up out of the hips, raising the left arm up overhead and stretch it. Nice job. And then exhale, lower the hips, and that left hand comes down to the floor behind you. Inhaling the right arm up. The fingertips can be pointed in whichever direction feels best for you. And bring that down. Good job. Getting back into our pulsing, vibing movements with the music. Taking this to the side, to the side, to the side, to the side. Going at your own rhythm or the rhythm of the music. Very good. We're just going to take the heart forward and over the knees. Oh, child's pose here. Hands can come back by the feet. I turn this away. Yeah. Bring the hands to the back of the hip bones. Lower back, massage there. Give yourself a nice good pat. Doing a good job. And walking the hands out and pressing the heart up. All right, so we're coming into easy seated pose. How are you guys feeling? Maybe sway the spine from side to side as we were swaying to the music here. So I'm going to take the left hand down and the right arm over, and here you're going to press your right hip down to the floor, focusing on the hip stretch here. Exhale that top hand over, and then lift the left hand up and over, pressing that left hip down. Oh. This is a lateral side stretch, but we want to get all the way down into that left hip. And then bringing hands down, switching whichever leg is on top or in front, however you're seated. And then we're gonna take the hand over to the other side once more, opposite side. So whichever hand is reaching up and over that hip, you're gonna press that down into the floor. Very nice. Exhale down, inhale up, good. Press the hip down into the mat. You got this, you got this, you got this. Good job, everyone. Bring the hand forward and out as we open the heart up. Be like, are you not entertained? And bring hands to heart center. Inhale deeply all the way into the abdomen. And then exhale, let it go. And then we'll practice our Cobbler's pose. So bringing soles of the feet together, knees out, hip bones pressing into the floor. If you need something under the hips, get it and sit on it like a so. It might make it a little bit more enjoyable. So no bouncing. If anybody ever tells you to bounce your knees here, don't do it. We don't want to strain or stretch a muscle here. Just want it to be nice and easy. If you need bolsters or some sort of support under your knees, feel free to do that, but please don't bounce. Press the sits bones down as you lift the heart up. So you have these opposing forces here. Not like this, like this. That doesn't feel very good. But these opposing forces, the hips go down, the heart goes up, and then open the arms out. Exhale the arms forward and down to the ankles. Maybe open the feet as if they were a book, opening them up, open, open, open. And exhale, press the soles of the feet together, close, close, close. Good job. The heels don't have to be super close to the groin. They can be away from the body. Just listen to yourself here. And then wherever you're at, we're actually going to walk those heels away from the body. Yeah, and what that does, it's gonna give us more of a stretch down our back, our low back and sacrum area on either side of the glutes as we stretch this forward. Maybe in the inner thigh. Listen to your body, it's okay. Oh man. Oh, this feels so good around the hip muscles. So good. And then walking the hands back. Very nice. Y'all, this was a good practice. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and get our straps here as we finish our class with the straps poses, taking it down to the floor. Oh, gently rolling down. You can have the hands behind the thighs and rolling down. Or you could just collapse down on the floor like I did. Because that was kind of a intense stretch practice there. Taking that strap around that right ball of the foot, the ball of the right foot, taking the strap into the left hand, keeping that right hip on the floor here, and then stretch that right foot over toward the left across the body. We're keeping that right hip on the floor so that it becomes more of a hip stretch rather than a spinal twist. Yeah. Taking little circles to the beat of the music here. And circling the other way. Keeping both feet flexed here. And then if you'd like, you can drop that foot even further over to the side if you want, allowing your right hip to come off of the floor. I've got to be mindful of my candle back there. Keeping both feet flexed, remember, point those toes toward the left, toward the same direction, kinda. I'm gonna feel like we're pressing through both heels. If we point our toes, then the tops of the feet feel like they're being stretched. We're gonna keep those feet flexed. Draw the foot back to the sky and switch to the other leg. Nice job. The strap comes to the right hand. Place your left hand on your left hip to keep that hip down. And then draw the foot across the body as you press your left hand onto your left hip down. Good job. Nice job. Continuing to press through both heels. Both feet are flexed. And then here, if you would like, you can release that strap down or release that foot down even further. Breathing nice and deep. Oh yeah, sighing that out. Yay! And when you're ready, bringing that left foot back to the midline of the body, bending that left knee, drawing both knees in toward the chest. Deep inhale, exhale the feet up to the sky. And hugging knees toward the shoulders, so separating the knees apart. Very good. Send the soles of the feet to the sky, either grabbing behind the thighs here at the back of the thighs, the hamstrings, the knees if you like, the ankles, inner arches, outside of the feet. Hook the peace fingers around the big toes. As you start to draw the feet up and the hands come higher onto the feet, you may notice that your sacrum starts to lift off of the floor. So you just want to take your awareness to that and see if you can just keep it nice and relaxed. Press down toward the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor, but keep the energy of the sacrum going down. Feel your shoulders dropping toward the mat. My cat did a thing today where I was petting her and then she got extra playful and bit my palm. She was like, she was just playing. We're gonna hold onto our right shin here, extend the left leg out, long, good. And then it changing to the other side. Breathing. All right. Extending your legs out long. I'm going to go ahead and press myself up to seated as we prepare for our final pose. Awesomeness. We're going to take just a moment in our Shavasana pose. So get super comfortable and just let your body melt. It's probably going to be really easy to do that after this practice. Just become just super relaxed, super comfortable, relax down, melt into the floor, feel your jaw relax. Let your hips become like butter and just melt down into the floor. Take your awareness to your breath. And when you're ready, beginning to wiggle fingers and toes, taking gentle stretches into the body, taking your time here. Deep inhale, drawing the knees in toward the chest, maybe rolling over to one side. No rush. Making your way to seated in your own time, your own way. With hands at heart center, thank you so much for your presence and for your time. You are amazing. Today is the best day of my life. That is my sankalpa. That is my intention. And I honor the intention, the sankalpa that you have in your life. The divine light and grace that is in me recognizes and is so thankful, so grateful, and honors the divine light and grace that is in you. Namaste.